Hey guys, Alex here. My Thor review, part of my Avenger countdown I'm doing. So, Thor for me wasn't really a comic book or a show that I got into. I never really knew much about Thor. I just knew that based on Greek mythology, or is it Norse mythology? Sorry, Norse mythology, and kind of a mixture of myth and to real life. So I wasn't crazy about when the movie was announced because I'm like, okay, Thor should be interesting. The first trailer didn't thrill me, but the second trailer, I said to myself that looks like a lot better. It looks like they're actually going to be making it a good story, and it could really work. I was very pleasantly surprised at how good this movie was. I thought they managed to make this movie really, really work. So let's get into the positives or the pros. Like I said, mix mythology and real life very, very well. They kind of make it. They do the classic. Magic and science are kind of the same thing. Heard it 1,000 times before, but it worked. It was not bad. I think that they just made the movie. It just seemed very realistic. It seemed very real life, and I think they made like a very complex story work in a lot of ways. I like that they did worked into the background a lot. They went into the backstory of like Odin's and his like the frost giants. I like that a lot. I thought they covered the backstory very, very well, and they gave you a lot of information to kind of make you understand more where the characters come from. So very nice job on that part. Casting was great. I can't remember what his name was. Whatever who played Thor was very, very good. Anthony Hopkins' Odin was a perfect casting, and the guy who played Loki was very, very good. I thought Loki is probably the best villain in all the Marvel movies: Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain America. I thought he was the best because they really looked into what made him a character, how he grew up, and kind of like what his motivations were. His motivation throughout the entire movie was kind of like, I want to be better than Thor. I want to be the favorite son, which very easily relatable for like people to watch and can understand what can make him go down that path. And I thought that was very nicely done. And I just thought the character was really cool, and like you kind of had an air of mystery, like where you're kind of wondering what his motivations are, like in the middle of the movie, and like kind of what he's leading up to. Also, the movie looked great. When they were like in the what is it called, like the mythic land or whatever, Isengard or whatever, I don't know, whatever the fuck it was called. It looked really great. Thor's outfit looked cool. Like the fight scenes were great. CGI was really good. So everything looked great in the movie. I like the rainbow bridge or whatever they did. That looked really cool. I thought that was really neat. And the film looked incredible like every other movie that Marvel does. Now for the cons. The human side characters, like the one on Earth, Natalie Portman, the scientist, and the one other chick, whatever, were just kind of boring. Not really entertaining that much. The main scientist guy was kind of cool. I liked that he kind of had a few scenes with Thor which weren't bad. And Natalie Portman wasn't horrible, but like the one other character, I don't remember what her name was, just kind of like there, not really that important, kind of a comic relief almost. Didn't really like the love story between Natalie Portman and Thor. I thought it was just kind of she meets a hot guy and she falls for him. That's about the gist of it, and like, oh, he knows stuff that might be helpful for me, so she gets more interested in him. Whatever, I didn't really care. Also, I thought Thor's change of heart, like he goes from being this very arrogant, very cocky person, seems a little too quick. You could argue that like the realization that his father is dead and that it was kind of his fault and that he's not worthy of his power could have changed him. But I think it was before that. Like it seemed like as soon as he got to Earth, he became a different person and he became a little bit more nicer and a little bit more easy to going. But that's just me. I thought that they rushed it a little too much. But I will admit though, like some of the side characters were cool. I like the cameo of Hawkeye. That was kind of neat, just for teasing about the Avengers. And also, I like the guy who was the gatekeeper or whatever, the All Watcher. I thought he was really cool. So all in all, I'll give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. It was a really good one, and actually, I think it was a surprise hit in how good it was. I think a lot of people didn't think it was going to be that great, including me, and pleasant surprise in how good it was. All right, check back tomorrow for a Captain America review, and take care. Bye.